Assalamu alaikum. My wife told me to smile more in my videos. Doing YouTube can sometimes be a bit awkward or scary just because you're wondering if others will understand your personality, if others will understand the words that you're saying, if they'll understand the message that you're trying to evoke. But you can look at it as your own personal hobby, or you can look at it as your own growth platform, and those who happen to see your videos or like them are just your friends at the end of the day. We're all out here trying to become the best version of ourselves and to connect with people and to experience life. Like, look at this here, look at this beautiful view here this morning. You hear the birds chirping, see the sky. SubhanAllah. I wanted to just talk about some of the things that I've learned as we're now on day 10 of fasting, and it feels like it came way faster than anticipated. If you don't do a little per day, you will feel like you got lost in the sauce. For myself, I feel like I could have read more Quran by this time. I haven't even gotten past Surah Baqarah, and I had a goal of finishing the Quran in the full month. And we all know that closer to the end of times is when we know that the time will move faster, to where a year will feel like a month, a week will feel like a day, and a whole day will feel like an hour. So it's imperative that if you want to grow, you got to do a little per time. We see through all these self-help books and through all these knowledge-seeking platforms that just doing a little bit per day is what gets you far. And I don't care how many creators, or as they call themselves, creators, or content people there are who are telling the same message. A human learns by repeatedly listening or doing the same thing over and over and over again. We are our habits. And I almost gave up with wanting to make these videos because I felt like my intention wasn't correct. But verily, those who turn back to Allah, Allah will return back to them. He will turn right back to them. He's At-Tawwab, and I believe this. Even in times of frustration, times where you're confused and you're hurt and you're lost and you're searching, this is reminiscent of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He didn't know exactly what to do at some points. He turned back to Allah, our own Prophet, the best of creation. And who am I, or who are any of us, to think that we are anywhere so far away from the same sort of life? Like, we all have that same life, to where we always need to return back to someone, and that's to Allah. I don't have my daily jar of dua on me right now, but it said, if I can remember, it was Surah 65, Ayah 3, and it said something along the lines of, whoever has Allah, he will find that Allah is enough for him. This is a rough, me roughly putting it together, but the message still is in play. When you don't have any other choice but to turn back to Allah, you'll understand this message. When you realize that the creation that we just saw, these like look at the intricacies of a tree that came from the bottom, that came from the root. Like this comes up out of the ground and is taller than the rest of us. This is the same thing as our spirit. This is the same thing as the goodness that's within us. It's rooted deep within. And when we tend to it, when we water it, when we allow ourselves to just be and to grow, we end up being something like this. It ends up shining. And that's something to remember. Allah is the one that's in control. So if there's a job that you want, Allah is the one who fashioned someone who had the idea to make the job in the first place through a full-blown company. And if Allah wanted, He can make every single chain from the CEO all the way down to the person hiring you to say, we need this person, and you get the job. Not only that, but the job will be something that will either teach you a lesson, will be barakah for you because you have so much money to be able to take care of your soon to be born, or your soon to be married, or your soon to travel, whatever the case may be for yourself. And this is something to keep in mind. So yeah, the one who controls all this, we have to we have to give it back to Him at the end of the day, and sometimes try and not worry too much. And I'm speaking to myself when I say this, because even making these videos, my worry was my intention. Was I doing it for the likes, the comments, the views, the shares? Because I've had a TikTok page do super well before, but am I doing it for this dunya? Only Allah can help me answer that. Only Allah can guide me. But just as in the case of a bird going out to go find food, they don't go flying throughout the sky and not see anything and say, oh, I'm not meant to eat, ever. No, they continue flying, knowing that Allah knows, and He will help them find that food, because you are meant to be doing what you're doing. We are meant to search. We are meant to search while also knowing that Allah is going to give us whatever we want at the end of the day, or whatever we need. So keep going and keep remembering Allah, because He's the one who created everything.